like we said, we have 6 to 9 different cleansers that we truly, truly love. This one is top notch though.
It's so lathery and bubbly. I love that.
This is not the area to splurge.
I don't know what it is about HA that people think that it's like a necessity in their skincare product.
So if you don't want to look like a leather briefcase.
Yeah, I mean, your CE Frulic is gonna smell like a hot dog for sure.
I don't like it.
My patient calls it hot dog water.
It's disgusting.
And the first time she ever told me that, I died laughing.
I mean, I love hot dogs, don't get me wrong. Welcome to Fill and Tell, where we spill the tea on all things aesthetics.
We're your hosts. I'm Megan.
And I'm Lauren.
We're here to give you the inside scoop on what goes on behind the treatment room door.
From filler to facelifts, skincare to aesthetic secrets.
We're taking you behind the scenes of the industry with unfiltered conversations, expert insights, and maybe a little gossip along the way.
We're giving you the best of skincare categories on this episode. We're breaking down all of our essential categories when it comes to cleansers, serums, SPFs, and we're going to give you a little bit of a splurge option and a save option and the best of in each of those brackets. So this was recommended actually by a listener who enjoys the podcast and asked for a kind of save versus splurge moment. So we thought this was the perfect opportunity to dive into all of our favorite products, why we love them, where you should spend your money, and where you should save. So let's start with cleanser. Okay. Before we start, what's your favorite cleanser?
Oh, wow. Well, we are both cleanser
holics.
There's way too many cleansers in my shower. I love a good cleanser.
Me too. I think I counted. I had 9.
My favorite cleanser? Oh my gosh.
That reminds me of that movie, Bridesmaids, where she takes 9 puppies and she's like, I took 9. I was just saying that I counted and I have 9 cleansers.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. I probably have like 6 right now. Okay, so I actually love, and I haven't used in a while, the Colorescience like Barrier Pro.
But what's your favorite?
Lauren!
Pick a favorite.
Revision Brightening.
Okay.
What's your favorite?
That wasn't that hard.
What is your favorite?
Prequel. No, Prelude. I got tripped up.
I was just saying that the Colorescience for my favorite gentle.
I didn't ask that. I asked what your favorite cleanser
the Barrier
was.
Pro, and then the more active is the Revision Brightening. Anyways.
We're getting into the best category though, and I think the best of the best cleansers is the Pigment Gentle Amino Power Wash Cleanser, and there are many reasons why. Like we said, we have 6 to 9 different cleansers that we truly, truly love. This one is top notch though. It has some cool technology.
Yeah, I feel like it hits a lot of categories. It can be, well, first of all, I think I love that you use like so little and it goes such a long way. It's a gel.
It comes out like a serum.
Yeah, it's like a jelly serum. It feels great and luxurious. I love the bottle. But then as you put it on, it kind of foams.
Starts to foam.
You put it on dry skin and then you kind of lather. It gets so lathery and bubbly. I love that.
It has a little bit of glycolic, so you're getting some really good exfoliation, but on a gentle level.
I was going to say, I feel like it's almost like your gentlest form, like your gentlest active cleanser.
Yeah. It has some squalene in it, which is going to help to protect your skin barrier, but then the cool technology of Pigment really is the science. I think their founder is fantastic. She's from MIT.
So it's a diamond core technology is what they call it. And it basically is essentially waking up or healing your aged cells.
Yeah. So, and it's in all their products. So cleanser, their other 3 products that they have, but that's their kind of claim to fame per se, is that it does help to get the ingredients deeper into the skin, but it also can heal unhealthy damaged cells, which I love. So it's a standout cleanser. It's $64, so it's pricey for a cleanser. But that's your splurge moment. And then where you can save, which is what I said earlier, is the Prequel cleanser. I think it's just a really great overall cleanser.
Yeah, I think Prequel as a whole is a pretty good line. I also like the oil cleanser by BYOMA. That's
Oh,
really
yeah.
the other. In that one, how much is Prequel?
$20. So Prequel is going to come in a massive bottle. I think it's like 15 ounces. It's huge. I love the glycerin, and then they also have a glycerin plus glycolic. They now have two different ones. I love the glycerin one actually to shave with because it's so hydrating and stringy with all the glycerin in it. But if you're looking, this is not the area to splurge, right? I think that people splurge on cleansers because you've gotten all the basics down and you're just looking for that next thing in your routine to elevate it. But if you're just starting out, save your money on cleansers. I think these are fantastic, and there's so many other out there.
And another thing, until you have the basics down and you really know your skin, I think adding in a cleanser willy-nilly could kind of make or break it, only because if you already have a lot of exfoliation in your lineup and then you're adding in, not knowing, you're adding in another kind of heavy active cleanser, I think that could strip your barrier. It could do a lot of other things. So getting the basics down and then maybe just having a gentle cleanser. I think the Prequel one is great because the glycerin is so hydrating. So you can't go wrong there.
Okay, next category is HA serum. Megan, I think, hates HA.
It's funny. I use HA Restorative, which is our Splurge product on here, specifically right now too, because my barrier is going through a little issue. But I don't know what it is about HA that people think that it's like a necessity in their skincare products.
Or they think it's magic.
In their skincare line. I oftentimes, every time I ask my patients what they're on, and they're like, I'm using a cleanser, hyaluronic acid, and moisturizer. And I was like, but what active ingredients are you using to repair your skin? And I just think HA has been this, magic word that people think if they have in their routine, their skin is just going to be a glow disco ball and it's going to heal everything, and it's just not. But that comes from education. I don't mean to be mean about it, and I'm never mean to my patients about it. It's just all about education. But that's my 2 cents on HA.
Yeah,
I don't know why it became this magic ingredient that everyone flocks to.
Maybe it's a buzzword. It's one of those things that you just.
So Hydrating is a great Splurge brand. We are big fans of both the restorative and the renewing.
Yes, Hydrating has some really interesting and cool technology as well. So that's really where you get these standout products, though, is the science and how the delivery system is done. So Hydrating,
and that's all about clinical grade. I mean,
yes.
You hear us say a lot, we talk about medical grade, clinical grade, and you'll hear people online being like, that's not a thing, that's not regulated. But it's mostly about these delivery systems and how effective the products are. That's what differentiates it. So
Hydrating has a restorative and a renewing. They're very similar. They only have a couple of differences. Restorative is going to be for somebody who has more sensitive skin, maybe they're eczema, acne prone. They have inflammatory skin conditions. They're post-procedure. It has a really cool ingredient in there, Augustaceae mexicana.
Which lowers the skin temperature.
Right, which I think is so neat because after a procedure, you want that. If you have inflammation in general, you want to lower the skin temperature. So I think that's super cool. The
renewing.
This is where, though, I think Hydrating, they've got that low and high molecular weight. So that's where you really need to understand what's your HA doing, right? There is high, medium, low weights of HA. High sits on the skin. Molecule is too big to get through the skin, so it just sits at the surface. Medium is going to get a little bit deeper. Low is going to be at the deepest level. So Hydrating has a high and low molecular weight, so you're getting some surface hydration, but you're also getting deep hydration, which is really where HA, I think, shines.
Which is why I love Hydrating, and I don't like just willy-nilly getting an HA off of the shelf. I like that it's both sitting on top of my skin, like Lauren said, but also deeply hydrating to heal that inflammation at its core.
And this is $120 to $140.
Which is very expensive for HA, but we just explained the science behind it, and I think it's a wonderful product. Another really great one that Lauren has used much more of this product line than I have, but we're really intrigued by it, is called Ourself.
Yes, from the creators and kind of founders of Elastin Skincare, the scientist created this new line called Ourself, and they have tiered vesicle delivery system. So again,
So driving it into the skin, low and medium weight.
Yes. It's interesting. I tolerated this product totally fine, but I did hear from another injector who I love so much, a lot of her patients, and she's had a lot of colleagues who have a lot of reaction to their products.
Do you think it's from the peptides in it, or
the peptide blend, possibly? So
who is that?
It was Allie McAllister.
Ah.
Yeah. So I think you just have to be careful when it comes to certain skin types. Again, I tolerated it totally fine, didn't have any issues with it. I loved it. But just kind of interesting that I heard that. It's got a lot of peptides in it, though, which again are going to help with skin firmness, radiance, decrease fine lines, and kind of boost the skin overall. This one's a little bit more expensive at $120 to $230 for the 50 ml bottle.
Gotcha. A Save one, La Roche. They have a B5 and an HA combo, which is going to be great for skin health, barrier control, all the things.
Yeah, and it's interesting because some of these over-the-counter HAs doesn't specify the molecular weight of the HA, so likely you're probably getting a lot of just like surface level hydration, which again is fine if you have dry skin, but you're not going to get a lot of those same, I don't think, like dermal benefits because your product literally can't get through the skin barrier.
And I think
deeper.
that that's what makes a difference between it sitting on top of your skin and then seeing somebody's skin and being like, oh my gosh, you're glowing. It's that deep hydration that brings out that glow and the radiance.
Yes, and this one's about $30 to $50 depending on what size you get. Which, so again, if you're looking for hydration, great. But if you're looking for more things that are actually going to move the needle, then you got to splurge a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and also, I think, isn't it due to the low and high molecular weight that's in Hydrinity, you don't have to have damp skin when you put it on, whereas like typically with La Roche, for instance, you kind of want to have damp skin so that HA can like penetrate and sit on top of the skin. Like that's what also differentiates Hydrinity in ourself, is that it has technology to bring it into the skin without having like a water on your skin. I remember our rep telling us that.
This is also the last place that you need to splurge. So if you don't have everything else, don't add an HA.
Yeah, like I would say, if my mom came to me, she's gone through menopause and she's like, look, I'm still, I'm using this moisturizer, I'm using this, but I'm still feeling dry, or I just want to up it a notch and I'm feeling like my skin looks a little dull, I would definitely incorporate renewing HA for her.
Yeah. Okay, vitamin C is the next category. And do you really need it?
1010, yes.
I agree. Some people don't think that you need it if you don't have pigment or don't have skin concerns, but I think that vitamin C is really doing way more than decreasing pigmentation and redness, and it is what is helping with all of the oxidative stress and damage, and that is where the anti-aging benefits come from.
I agree with you. I think of vitamin C as this invisible like fighter.
Yeah.
It's fighting off all of the free radicals, the ozone, all of the pollution, just the crap that's in the air. It's protecting all of that stuff from degrading and denaturing our skin. And so you're not noticing the benefits like maybe a retinol, but you will notice in 10 years if you're on it. I mean, you should notice within a few months. But
I think a good quality one, you'll see a lot of other surface, you'll see a lot of surface improvements because they do help with redness and pigment and luminosity and all of these things. But you're right, you're going to notice it 10 years from now because free radicals, which are such like, maybe they're a buzzword in our community, but what they are, the vitamin C basically has an electron. It is able to donate this to this free radical, which is kind of just like this thing that's wreaking havoc on your skin, and neutralizes the free radical so that it can't break down healthy skin cells. So that's how you end up with that thickened leather skin combined with some, sun exposure, obviously. But that's what it's preventing long term. And so if you don't want to look like a leather briefcase, use some vitamin C.
I think it's also imperative to take note of like where you live. Do you live in an area that has a lot of pollution, or like a city like New York City? I would always recommend city life people to be on something that's reducing free radical damage
For sure.
and oxidation. So our splurge moment.
Alto Advanced. I think it is the creme de la creme of vitamin C.
Yeah.
It has a vitamin C called THD in it, which makes it a lot more shelf stable, makes it a lot more tolerable for patients. You're going to find less sensitivity to it. It's lipophilic, meaning that it loves fat and oil, so it can get through the skin barrier really easily. It's a standout product. I love the pump system. It's got 275 pumps per bottle. You need 1 pump per day. So it lasts you 275 days.
Yeah.
The splurge is worth it.
So what's 198 divided by
275?
Yeah. Because that would be how much?
That math?
198 divided by 275?
72
cents per day. There you go.
What a steal.
I think that's
This
great.
is not even a splurge.
And it has benefits both protecting against external free radicals, but your internal free radicals too. So that's super cool. There's really not another vitamin C, I think, that does both internal and external protection.
A lower price point, but still I would say in that clinical grade realm, is the Barefaced Liquid Gold Vitamin C.
This is an L-ascorbic, so if you looked online, it would say that this is your gold standard. I really do think that we're moving towards THD as the gold standard, but it just takes time and research. L-ascorbic acid can be a lot more finicky when it comes to its stability. So the proper bottle system and pump versus bottle versus etc. is all going to make your vitamin C stable or unstable. If you open your vitamin C and it's like a brown color, then it's probably become unstable. It could probably cause a little bit of irritation, but it's also just not going to work.
Yeah.
So,
L-ascorbic acid's going to be a lot more aggressive and makes people a lot more sensitive and irritated.
But I like the Barefaced one because she incorporates so many hydrating ingredients with it, which I think is phenomenal. And that's why she is who she is, which is why we love her.
Yes. So this one's $136. So a little bit lower price point here. And then your splurge moment, save, we just splurged. Our save is the Prequel vitamin C. There's a lot of other ones as well. This one is an L-ascorbic acid as well. It's $30. It is your classic vitamin C.
Mixed with vitamin E too.
Mixed with vitamin E. So the SkinCeuticals, like CE Ferulic, it's very similar in nature to that formulation.
Have you heard of Educated Mess? She has a good one too, but I don't know
Golden Hour.
Is that what it's called? That's a cute name. I think
it's around $98-ish.
So that's a better, well, that's not $30, which is the Prequel, but is that L-ascorbic acid?
I don't know for sure.
Yeah, me neither. But that would be an in-between between Barefaced Liquid Gold and Prequel if you wanted to bump up.
I think these classic ones smell like hot dogs.
Yeah, I mean, your CE Ferulic is going to smell like a hot dog for sure.
I don't like it.
My patient calls it hot dog water.
It's disgusting.
And the first time she ever told me that, I died laughing.
I mean, I love hot dogs. Don't get me wrong. I do. I want to have a party. Teenies and weenies.
Is that going to be your 35th?
No. Remember I said I wanted to have a funeral.
Oh, yeah.
Halfway to 40. Brian was like, that's not halfway, Lauren. Like, that would have been a 20. I'm like, halfway of 30s.
The 30 decade, halfway.
Yeah. So anyways, but it stinks. So beware if you buy that product.
Next category, Pigment Brighteners.
Yes.
Which we both are big fanatics about.
We live in Florida, so I think that everyone here is experiencing pigment. There's so much sun. We're all outside all the time.
Which you should be. Go live your life.
Right. But you are going to be more prone to pigment than the people who live in Alaska. It's just it's the facts.
Yep.
So you almost all need to be on a pigment product because of where we live.
Yeah, so we've almost, we started with the big three, which was vitamin C, retinol, sunscreen, and then we've kind of adopted the core four, which would include this pigment inhibitor, sort of complexion brightener. I like to call it just a complexion cream for my patients so they can understand that this one is really going to help with the browns, the reds, the yellows in your skin.
So any sun damage, if you're starting to notice brown spots, age spots, sunspots, whatever you want to call them, pigmentation that you didn't used to have but you see now, that is a time to start incorporating one of these products. And
so our Splurge is Vivid Brightening by Hydrinity,
which is truly like my favorite pigment product, I think.
Yeah, I mean, especially for melasma prone people, because it has that agastache mexicana in it, which lowers the skin temperature.
Right.
So I think that's awesome. I am definitely melasma prone, and so it's great for me. I like that it has hexylresorcinol in it, which is a tyrosinase inhibitor. So that's just essentially telling your pigment cells to calm down.
Right. So it blocks melanin production. And those melanocytes, depending on your skin type, again, sun exposure, can get revved up. And so this product basically goes in and blocks that from those melanocytes from forming.
Yeah. So that one is $150,
which honestly, like, yes, definitely a splurge, but I think it's worth it. You get a lot of skin benefits from this product alone.
Yeah, I think the technology here is really great, and it has a ton of complexion favoring.
And I think over the counter, you're not going to find hexylresorcinol. You're going to find other ingredients like tranexamic acid.
Yeah.
You're going to find some other brightening, kojic acid, things like that, which work well, but just differently.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it goes back to not only does it have the hexylresorcinol, but it also has your hyaluronic, like this one has the dual weight hyaluronic acid. So it's almost combining a lot of other products in one, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and then if you do have melasma, if you have really bad PIH, this tranexamic acid works a little bit better because it actually works at the kind of inflammatory vascular level. So,
which is what really we think pigment is formed from, essentially. But you just have to, I mean, this would definitely be prescribed by a dermatologist. You need to make sure
the oral form. Like you can take a pill and that helps with melasma, helps with PIH. But yeah, you definitely have to get it from a doctor and be very careful taking it.
So do you like Hydrinity Vivid Brightening better than Skin Better Even Tone?
I do.
What about Even Tone Intensive?
You know, I haven't really seen a huge benefit with the intensive. I just think that the Vivid I always move towards.
I love that it comes in a pearly bottle because it, like, when I think about it, I think of it just as like this pearl.
Yeah.
It's so
and your skin will look like that.
But I asked you about the Even Tone Intensive because I forget what they took out of Even Tone Intensive that's in
They
Even
took
Tone.
out the tyrosinase inhibitor.
Is it hexylresorcinol? But they put something else in it.
Yeah, they did.
But they added exfoliation. And I think that that's great in a sense, but I also think that that's where you have to be so careful about you know, trusting your provider that they know what they're talking about, or really educating yourself, because think about if your cleanser has exfoliation, and then your pigment inhibitor has exfoliation, and then you're using a retinol, and then you're using a exfoliation pad. I just think that's a easy way to damage your skin barrier. And yeah, I mean, that's just my take on that. But I love Even Tone too.
I didn't really have a save moment on the Pigment Brightener. I couldn't find any that I really liked.
I wonder how much Barefaced is.
Oh,
because she has one called
I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. It's in a yellow bottle. But maybe around 100. Naturium has like a tranexamic acid one, so you could do that. It's like a over the counter option.
Yeah.
And so you could always do Naturium.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think that's what I was thinking. Okay, moisturizer.
What's your I feel like this goes back to cleansers, because what's your favorite moisturizer? There's so many.
I know. I've used triple lipids for so long, and it's never done me wrong, which is by SkinCeuticals. I like that they actually have studies that they did with putting people on tretinoin, and it showed that it helped them get on tretinoin quicker. But I haven't used that one in a while, and I've really been sticking to Trio.
Trio's the winner, I feel like.
Yeah,
in
I
this
think
category,
it's
but
perfect
I was just
because
curious if it was your favorite.
It's not too thick, it's not too thin. I mean, I feel like it's just right. I love that it comes in a pump. I loathe that triple lipid from SkinCeuticals comes in a pot.
I know.
And I really love Epicutis Hyvia.
But it also comes in a pot.
It does, and I'm shocked. But that is a really great, like, anti-inflammatory, creamy, luxury moisturizer.
Yeah, so Trio is going to be the best in this category because of those reasons. It hydrates, rebalances, and moisturizes, but isn't too thick. It's great for this area because you can wear it in the summer and it's not too heavy. It doesn't make you greasy or oily. It doesn't sit on top of the skin. It's, again, a 50 ml bottle, so 275 pumps. If you're doing 1 pump a day, you're probably doing like 2 pumps a day because you're using it morning and night, so you're at $1.40 every day.
That's awesome.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And so it is $160. So certainly a splurge. And definitely if you're not using other actives, not the place to splurge. I think there are 1 million fantastic over-the-counter moisturizers. And I only listed a couple, but there's a million.
The one that you didn't list that I think of is the Barefaced one because it has caffeine in it.
Yeah, but it's still probably like $60+.
Yeah, but it's half of what Trio is.
Yeah, but least. Vanity Creme is 10.
I would say medium.
Cetaphil, CeraVe is 10.
Middle tier.
La Roche Posay. There's a million moisturizers out there. That's not a place to splurge first.
I like Avene a lot.
Yeah.
I like that in the wintertime. I've been using Vanity Creme currently because I stripped my skincare to literal bare minimum because of whatever my skin is going through right now.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to I see my Trio sitting there in the drawer and it's like, Megan, take me out.
Okay, let's move on to sunscreen. Sunscreen, most important step for sure. Don't spend any money on anything if you're not going to do this.
And find a sunscreen. Like, you can take our recommendations. We'll give you a splurge. We'll give you a save. But use a sunscreen pick a sunscreen you're actually going to use because that's what benefits you the most.
Yes.
I feel like sunscreen is highly individual. And I could say I love Colorescience Flex, but I know 3 other people that think it's too heavy. I mean, Lauren and I are very alike in some ways, but she is a diehard Tone Smart fan, and I love my Colorescience Flex. So pick which one you're going to wear every day, and that's what you should stick to.
And so some keys with sunscreen. It needs to be used alone. So don't mix it with your moisturizer. Don't mix it with your foundation. It needs to be used by itself. You need to have 2 finger lengths full, or at least 1/4 of a teaspoon, in order to get the coverage that's on the bottle. So if it says SPF 50 and you use a teeny tiny little amount, it's not working. So those are some keys. So many people tell me they mix it or their foundation has it in it, but it's just not enough. You have to use way too much in order to get the number on the bottle. So keep that in mind. Tone Smart and Colorescience Flex are right there together. Tone Smart $75, which is a lot. I didn't realize it was that much. 200 pumps though in that bottle.
Awesome.
And then the Colorescience Flex is $58. So both of these are going to be like I feel like going to give you some really good coverage. Tone Smart, I lean towards more of like my fair-skinned people who are like pink undertone. And then Colorescience Flex has so many different shades. You can typically find something that works, but I find really light people can't use it that well.
Yeah, I think it's just I think the Colorescience is a little bit more pigmented in a way than Tone Smart, so I feel like a lot more people can get away with Tone Smart, if that makes sense. But I love that they both are pigmented because that's protecting you against UVA, UVB, and blue light.
Correct.
And if you have melasma, it's a nice way to kind of cover it up. It feels like you're putting on foundation. That's why I love it too.
Some of the other ones, again, I think that you can pretty much find anything. I have used the CeraVe tinted. It was fine. And that's probably around $15. The Elta MD and the Barefaced are in the $50 range. So technically they're not really a Save.
I did not realize Ulta MD was 58. I used to use Ulta MD like UV daily in PA school, and I loved it. That was like my tried and true for years.
Yeah, so if I had to pick
the Barefaced one, I would say for someone who's a little bit more tan, like at all times, is not as tinted for me as Colorescience. So I gravitate towards something that's going to make me feel like I'm putting on a little bit of foundation, but it's actually just my sunscreen. That's the whole sunscreen makeup trend.
Okay, last category, retinoids. So the standout is Alpharet. I think we could both agree on that as far as when it comes to like a Splurge retinoid, that is the best of the best.
Yeah, it's an amazing technology that no one else has come up with. It's combining, your retinoic acid with lactic acid, and what that does is basically make it so that almost everybody can start using it immediately.
Yeah, and tolerate it, and you can go right into it every single night without any issues.
Well, because it has hydrating ingredients too, which is amazing. I mean, they thought of everything.
They really did. And they put a little glycolic in there too, so you got really fast, instant skin glow. And so patients will be on it for a week or two, and their skin will look super radiant. So I love it.
Yeah.
It's $145 to $205, depending on what size bottle you get. So it's certainly an investment.
I put my dad on Alpharet Intensive. Intensive is for people like him. He works in construction. He's outside a lot. He doesn't really he doesn't use skincare. And I have seen a drastic change in his skin.
Yeah, that's amazing. DEJ Night is also one that's a little bit higher in price point, but it's another option for patients. It's a retinol. So again, we have touched on what retin A and vitamin A's are, but retinol is takes 2 conversions to get to vitamin A. So it can be a little bit better for sensitive skin. And it's got bakuchiol in it, which is a great antioxidant, helps to support the skin barrier. But this is going to be $75 to $185, depending on the size bottle you get.
But with DEJ, they also have a lot of peptides in them.
Oh, yeah.
All of the Revision DEJ products.
And Revision in general, because even IntelliShade has a bunch of peptides.
Yeah, so they're heavy on peptides, and they're working on skin cells that are sort of fatigued and looking dull. So I love that the DEJ has not only retinol but bakuchiol, and then their specific peptide blend. I think it's great.
Yeah, and then the last kind of save option for the retinoids is the Avene retinaldehyde. I think that's it's from a French pharmacy, which has just standout products. We like a lot of the Avene product line, but the retinaldehyde is that second level, so it only takes 1 conversion to vitamin A, so it's a little bit stronger. It's got some HA in it, and it's around $50.
Do you know how much the Barefaced one is?
No.
Her retinaldehyde is good. It is a time release capsule. So you're literally getting beauty sleep when you put it on. And like you said, with the Avene, the retinaldehyde is going to be that in between. So it's nice for if you have a little bit more sensitive skin and you can't go right to like a retinoic acid, your Retin A.
Yeah, so that is all the categories. We should do a promo code since we talked about skincare, and we have a skincare whole retail store.
What should our promo code be?
You can use what?
Do State 26?
Yes, and that'll get you 20% off your next order.
Wow.
So there's lot of products in here that are on due state. Actually, all of them mentioned we have, other than the ones that are over the counter, the save options. So due state 26, make sure we remember to tell Winston to activate that. And you can get 20% off your next order on due state. We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, and
till next time.
See you soon.